Dr. Michael Brennan, one of the top forecasters there. Michael, what can you tell us? What can we expect here once the system arrives?
Well, we could see, Phil, we could see major hurricane impacts in South Florida beginning late Saturday night into Sunday. So we can see the core of a Category 4 hurricane come on shore in South Florida. Right now our track has the center of Irma moving very close to the southeast Florida coast. But as you just noted, it could be anywhere. It could move a little to the left, a little to the right. It's too early to determine what exact path it's going to take. So everybody really needs to prepare for that possible scenario of a major hurricane landfall.
This is a big system. We're a very small area. Even if it takes a little jog to the east or to the west, is it really going to mean a big change in those impacts?
We're going to see impacts over a wide area. Right now, the tropical storm force winds cover about 200 miles out from the center. The hurricane force winds extend out about 50 miles from the center. So exactly where the core of the storm goes will determine who gets those Category 4 winds. But there are going to be impacts in terms of storm surge, which can be life-threatening, very heavy rainfall, and those winds are going to, again, cover a pretty large area regardless of exactly where the center goes.
You know, we live in a coastal state. That surge, that's one of the things that really takes the most lives in a hurricane. What are we looking at here?
Well, it's too early to get into specific surge amounts, but there's certainly the potential for life-threatening storm surge in portions of Florida as we get into the weekend, and we'll be starting to take a closer look at that as we get into the hurricane watch phase. It's also likely that we'll issue a storm surge watch at some point later today for parts of Florida, which would mean the possibility of life-threatening storm surge. Again, we could see a significant storm surge on both coasts of Florida and in the Florida Keys in this type of scenario. So, and again, that's what drives evacuations. That's why you're being asked to evacuate for the most part if you live in a storm surge area. And as you mentioned, storm surge kills about half of the people in the United States from tropical storms and hurricanes. So it has the potential for the largest loss of life of any of the other hazards.
I have one more question, Dr. Brennan. As this system continues to make its way here to the north, it looks like we may start to see the conditions deteriorate sometime Saturday, but still by Monday, we're still on the backside of this hurricane. Are we going to really see conditions, hurricane conditions that long across our area?
Well, I don't think the hurricane conditions would last that long, but we would first expect the tropical storm conditions to begin late Saturday in South Florida and the Keys, and then overnight as you move northward into the Florida Peninsula. Those tropical storm conditions could hang on for quite some time, and with the hurricane conditions closer to the center. But we could be in for, certainly a day or two of very rough weather here in terms of all of those impacts occurring, basically starting late Saturday on and through much of Sunday.
All right, great information. Thank you very much there. Joining us live from the